Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is November 26th, 2019. This is a general love reading for the sign of Pisces for the end of the month of November. Because it's a general love reading, it can pertain to any kind of relationship, situation, or circumstance that you're dealing with. So as always, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Be flexible with the energy. It might feel like I'm reading directly for you. It could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Do not be concerned about the gender of the cards that show up or the pronouns that I'm using to describe them. You can also interchange the roles within the reading. In other words, you might be any one of the characters that pops up in the reading. You'll know if it's resonating, and you'll know who you are in the reading if it is resonating for you. So, as always, Pisces, I have pre-shuffled my decks, and I am going to get started after one more shuffle and a cut. We'll see what's going on for Pisces. I hope you guys are all doing well, getting ready for the holidays. I know I am. You're my last reading for a few days. My daughter's driving into town with her boyfriend tomorrow, and so I'm going to put the cards away for a bit. And you're my last hurrah before I do. So here we go, Pisces. Let's see what comes up for you today. We're going to start off with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Clarified by the Ten of Swords in reverse. Holy cow. Okay. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. The Page of Wands in reverse. And that is paired with the Queen of Cups. So we have the Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups on the table. I am not sure if this is two separate energies or not yet. Let me get this next deck going while I look at these for a bit. So Queen of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse. To me, this indicates someone who's just clammed up, who's not talking, who's refusing to communicate. And I do feel like it's gone on for a while. This is the Ten of Swords in reverse can indicate, you know, this is a new start, new beginning, but after an ending, and it's still the same old thing. Still not talking about stuff, still not communicating, not addressing the issue, refusing to. Queen of Cups is a nurturing energy, very loving, very compassionate. This person can be very intuitive. This Queen of Cups looks like she's waiting on a message that hasn't come in, and I feel like it's a message possibly from you. So this could be two separate energies. She does feel in waiting to me, like she's, and the communication just isn't happening. Or she could have received some bad news, but it feels like it's just news that hasn't come in. And there's this new cycle of lack of communication. But this person, this Queen of Cups, is receptive, is open to communication, open to contact. There may be a little bit of insecurity surrounding this communication. You may be feeling like you need to let go of that first before you can approach this person. And I do feel like there is a desire to come together and maybe work together. But there's some confusion on maybe whether or not that will transpire, or whether or not it's mutual. In other words, you both want this opportunity to come together, a meeting of minds. Will it happen? Will it happen? Won't it happen? Queen of Swords feels like you, Pisces, in your underlying energy. Again, refusing to open up, refusing to communicate, not allowing a back and forth interaction with this Queen of Cups. I do feel like they're two separate energies after looking at these cards, but let's see what comes up. I might change my mind, so let's see what else we get, Pisces. Clarifying the Queen of Swords in reverse, we have the Three of Cups. And the World in reverse is clarifying the Ten of Swords. So this situation is involving, I feel like, more than just you two. This could be a group dynamic, a family situation. We have the Hermit in reverse, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Star. Eight of Cups, clarifying the Seven of Cups. Death in reverse. And this Queen is clarified by the seven. Is that the seven? Six of Wands. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this Queen of Cups is maintaining a very loving, compassionate energy, but she feels like she may have failed, or there is failure surrounding her, or something did not go her way. This does feel like it involves you and more than just you, maybe a group of people. She's still hopeful for communication, but that is starting to wane. She probably is feeling like this might be a done deal, but she's hanging on. She's hanging on to the idea that there might be something coming in, but the longer this goes on, the more she feels like there is less hope for success in this matter. I do feel like there is hope for you two working together, or some collaboration, or something coming together. If there's communication, there is hope here. But we've got to get past this confusion. There's lack of communication, so there's a significant amount of confusion. Where do we go from here? What are our options? And you know, one of the things that I think that you and this Queen or anybody else involved is confused about is whether or not to walk away from this or not, because there's a lot of confusion surrounding the situation. I feel like there may have been a split or a breakup in this situation, or someone, there's some disharmony within a family dynamic, and it's resulted in people not feeling sure about where they stand in this situation, or maybe, you know, who's responsible for what. And someone may have walked out of the situation and left in order to get away, to be by themselves. I do feel too, Pisces, that you are not just clammed up with this Queen of Cups, but you may be with others. There might be others involved. Again, it could be, very well could be a family situation with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And this is something that's continued to happen over time. I feel like maybe there's been communication and some resolution, and then something happens where somebody becomes insecure about their standing or where things are headed, and then people clam up again. Because, and I say people because I feel like, I don't feel like it's just you for some reason not communicating, Pisces, but it could be. I mean, you're the only one represented on the table, but it might be the fact that you're not talking, that others have also kind of stepped back and, excuse me, I got a burp in my throat, so I was dealing with it. Anyway, because you're not communicating, the others involved in the situation, including this Queen of Cups, may feel like you're not approachable, or that you're not willing to communicate, or you're not ready. But I feel like you need to come out from hiding. And you may be feeling that as well, that you want to come out from hiding from the situation and clear things up, or gain some a sense of security, or relieve yourself of not feeling sure about the situation. Let's see what else we have. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse, clarifying your energy. And the Five of Swords, clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse. So there may have been some significant conflict in the past that you're healing from. I feel like this is the Five of Swords showing up on the Ten of Swords. This is something, again, that feels like it's repeating over time because it's not getting resolved. And you may be recovering from the most recent conflict. Three of Cups in reverse, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. Ace of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. High Priestess. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this Queen of Cups is feeling like she needs to, she feels like she's thinking about throwing in the towel in regards to this situation with the Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, clarifying her energy. There is a sense of failure. I don't know if she feels like she failed or the situation is a failure or this connection is a failure, but she's ready to give up. She hasn't given up, but she's ready. I do feel like she has, this is a very intuitive energy. She's got the High Priestess clarifying the Page of Wands. So she may have done some reflecting on inward, you know, got in touch with her intuition regarding this matter and has realized that, you know, failure is on the table again. It's something that keeps repeating. It's a cycle that's not ending, in that she's ready to ready to let this go because it's not going anywhere. And I do feel there's something about Pisces, there's something about you being responsible for clearing up the confusion. Because if you don't, or if somebody doesn't step forward and clear up this confusion and allow people to have a clearer understanding of what's been going on or what's gone wrong, then people are going to walk away from this situation. I think definitely this Queen of Cups is getting ready to do this. The love factor, the compassion, the empathy is missing from this connection. This is possible. There's hope for this. There's hope for Three of Pentacles, working together, building something together, being successful together. If this, I don't feel like this is a romantic relationship, a romantic connection, but this could be a partnership in business. This could be a working situation. There's hope for this, but the disconnect is some kind of emotional disconnect. There may have been, you know, a fight, dispute, conflict in the past that left you two at odds. But this does feel like a group dynamic again. Your separation from this relationship, or you two being apart, or you two not communicating, has caused disruption within a group dynamic as well. Along with your own relationship between the two of you, because you're each in your corners. I don't know that this necessarily represents, the Hermit in reverse represents just you, Pisces. I feel like you and this Queen of Cups are both isolated from one another. And you need to let this go because it's affecting others. It's affecting more than just you. It could be affecting family members or friends that are close to you. And, you know, this breakup, this disconnect is not only causing people to feel less secure about the relationship or the relationships involved, but there's a missed opportunity to start again, to maybe start fresh, because there's just this lack of sense of wanting to move forward or taking the initiative. You may be grieving, Pisces, that this situation has affected more than just you and the one person involved. I believe in the conflict. I believe the conflict is definitely between you and this Queen of Cups. Again, it's something that's happened over time, still unresolved. And again, you may have removed yourself from other contacts as well, because you know that this conflict between you and this person is affecting others. So you may be just clammed up with everybody for whatever reason. You know, this currently broken relationship or unresolved conflict between you and this Queen of Cups has you feeling a level of remorse, and you're working on healing from that. But you also know that, you know, you may be working on healing this so that you can have a reunion, so you can reconnect. But you do know that it has affected more than just you and this Queen of Cups. So let's get one more shuffle with this next deck, and we'll get some more information out here for you, Pisces. Let's see what else is going on for Pisces. In your underlying energy, clarifying the Three of Cups, we have the Star again, in the upright position. There is hope. There's hope for reunion. There's hope for this relationship. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse, clarifying the World in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Empress, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. Chariot. Page of Wands again, this time in the upright position. Five of Swords again, clarifying death in reverse. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. This Queen feels defeated. This Queen of Cups feels defeated. She sees that the conflict is still continuing. I don't think that she feels that she's going to gain some clarity on this matter. So you're feeling a sense of hope in regards to this conflict, wanting to move on. It does feel like you're more hopeful than this Queen of Cups. Pisces, it feels like you have worked on some healing. You are looking towards reconciliation. I'm not sure if you're looking towards reconciliation with this Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Wands came out in reverse in your underlying energy, Pisces. Let me get the rest of these cards out and we're going to talk about them a little bit. The Queen of Wands is an energy that can be overly demanding kind of energy. Someone who is insistent on doing things their way. This energy is coming up a lot in readings lately. Now, I want to remind you, because I'm going to say things that I'm sure some people are going to get offended by, and I have been reading for Pisces. This is what's coming up in your underlying energy. So please don't be offended, and also remember you can interchange the roles. You could very well be this Queen of Cups, okay? So, Pisces. I feel in the past and present, you have adopted an attitude that this is how it's going to be. You've made some decisions. You've chosen a direction that you want to go, and you're not budging from that. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse is, again, a very stubborn energy. Someone who can be very uncompromising. Is that the word? Uncompromising? I'm not sure. Anyway. Someone who's just not willing to see other perspectives because you've made up your mind. This is how it's going to be. Unfortunately, this is attached to this Ten of Swords, Five of Swords energy. I think you're willing to let this conflict continue without being resolved. Now, there's no sign that you're cutting ties with this person, this Queen of Cups. There's no sign of you reaching out to resolve things. This Three of Pentacles, Star card, Knight of Cups. Let me look at this for a little bit longer here. So you do have hope towards things coming together and things getting better. But I do feel like you have hope for this happening regarding others in your life, but not including this Queen of Cups. So you may feel that this conflict can go on forever and you're okay with that. It's almost like you have, you know, this conflict over here, you're just kind of move it out of your life, push it over here. And now over here you have hope for reunion with, you know, others in your life, family, friends, and that things are going to be just fine after you have your opportunity to heal. And I do believe once you do, that you are motivated to move forward and make things better with others in your life, even though I feel like they've kind of been affected by this broken relationship. So this Queen of Cups is this Empress energy. See, this is where I'm not trying to piss you off, Pisces. I'm not. I'm just saying this Queen of Cups is coming off as this Empress energy, okay? And she's the one you've broken it off with. This does feel like a family situation. This could be a sister. This could be, you know, a sibling, sister, brother. Remember, you don't need to worry about the gender of the cards, but I'm just saying sister because we have the Empress energy. Empress energy is someone who's very nurturing, a motherly type figure, but someone who is extremely compassionate, nurturing, caregiver. Someone basically who can do no wrong. This is someone who is all the queens put together in one. And you know, obviously she's going to do wrong once in a while, but this is someone who's been through a lot in her life, so her experience has made her wise and compassionate and willing to, you know, she is willing to work through things. She's in the upright over here in your outcome. She's in the upright here. This person is open to not only communication, but is compassionate and willing to work on things. This to me is, these two cards is about, for me, is this has been taken for granted. This person has been taken for granted. And this relationship has soured because this person's energy has been taken for granted. And if you're not willing to resolve it, then the opportunity is going to slip out of your hands to have this person in your life. Now, unfortunately, like I said before, removing yourself, removing this person out of your life has resulted in other people, for whatever reason, having to let go of this relationship as well. This could be a situation where you're connected to this Queen of Cups and you were a mutual friend with other people or a family member, or somehow you're a tie. You're the connection for this Queen of Cups and the other people in your life who are also connected to this person. And for some reason, you leaving this conflict off to the wayside, just to ignore it, to leave it alone and let this relationship go or die. As a result, others are having to let go of this relationship as well, because it's gone out of their lives, because it's gone out of your life. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Now, if you want to move things forward with this Queen of Cups, the opportunity is available to you. But you're stuck with being responsible to change this, because this Queen of Cups feels like there's no hope. And there might be some deceit. There might be some deceit, lies, conniving, sneaky behavior surrounding this conflict that have not come out in the open. and has this Queen feeling defeated. Now this Queen has the Nine of Pentacles, also clarifying her energy. She's standing strong in her energy. She's a independent person who is very capable of taking care of herself and is actually happy. However, she's surrounded by this. She feels defeated. She's the wounded warrior. She feels like she has to throw in the towel. Can't do this anymore because the failures are too significant in this relationship. But she's not going down with the ship, is what I'm trying to say. With this Nine of Pentacles showing up in her energy, she's not going down with the ship. Quite the opposite. She's standing strong in her energy. She's like, well, there are certain things that are in my control, and there are certain things that are out of my control. And right now, this conflict, which is surrounded by lies and deceit, is not something that's in her control. And she's ready to let this go. Because it's not doing her any good. The biggest burden I think that she's facing is the unknown. Is the fact that this has not been resolved. This deceit, the sneakiness, the lies, the dark behavior. I'm surprised the devil energy hasn't shown up, honestly, in relation to this conflict. Because that's what's gone unresolved, is that she will probably be faced now with having to move on from this confusion because she has no other choice. Leave this behind because she just has no other choice. So she, you know, this Queen of Cups may be unclear about what went wrong within this relationship. Maybe doesn't quite understand what her role was in the demise of this relationship. And again, I am not throwing shade, Pisces. I'm just telling you what I see in the cards. I think this Queen of Cups is at a point where she doesn't know how to fix things because she wasn't the reason that things went bad. And, you know, and you are standing strong and adamant in your decision. You've made your decision. You're not changing your mind. This is how it's going to be, whether you like it or not, says Pisces. So again, and I don't know the circumstances. I mean, this very well could be a situation where you two just need to part ways. Maybe leave the conflict behind. Maybe that is necessary. Sorry for the coffee. Maybe it is important for you two to step aside and just leave this in the past. But based on what I'm seeing in the cards, this unresolved conflict, leaving it in the past is not the right thing. It's not the right thing for you and this Queen, but it's also definitely not the right thing for the people that surround you, family, friends, other people who are affected by this relationship or the demise of this relationship, or you know, you or this Queen just, you know, disappearing into thin air, no longer part of other people's lives. Let's see what we get with Dreams of Gaia. See if we can't get any clarity for you, Pisces, on maybe where to go from here, or you know, some kind of closing statement. This one definitely wants to come out. So we've got the Queen of Earth in reverse. I have a feeling this might represent the Queen of Cups, Empress, but and I know the meaning of this card. I'm still going to read it out of the book. When she's in reverse, well, I'm just going to read it out of the book. I'm not going to try to explain it. You decide how it applies in this reading for yourself. And I will display the card in the upright. It's a really pretty card. Okay, Queen of Earth in reverse. Potential blockage if it's in the reverse. Here we go. The reverse Queen of Earth will appear in your readings for two reasons. The first is to caution against making the home a hiding place where you shut out those who care about you. Yes, we all need a sanctuary, but our periods of isolation should always be temporary. The Queen of Earth seeks to remind you that you are not meant to be alone. There are people who love you and support you. Let them in. The Queen of Earth, when she appears in a reverse position, may also be cautioning you against smothering those around you. There is a difference between mothering and overwhelming, or worse, and disempowering someone through too much care and attention. Take a step back and allow those around you to act for themselves. In fact, encourage them to act for themselves. You might enjoy what you do for others, but there comes a time when those around you must learn to look after themselves, or at least share in the household responsibilities. So this Queen of Earth could represent both or one of you. You know, we talked about you going into isolation and as a result kind of missing out on some things. It's time to come out from isolation. And this, I do believe that this could also represent the Queen of Cups. She's decided she needs to step away from the situation. If she tries to fix the situation, then it becomes a smothering situation because people don't learn the lessons they're supposed to learn. So I do feel like she's stepped away from this because she feels like it's not her place to fix this. It wasn't her responsibility in the first place. She's not the one that made things go sour. So she's not going to step in and try to fix things where it's not meant to be fixed by her. So I do believe this card represents both of you, to be quite honest. This was an interesting reading, Pisces. There's no sign of an ending or completely severed relationship. I mean, we do have the Ten of Pentacles here and the Ten of Swords, but to me this just indicates that it's an unresolved situation. There's hope. There's the Star card on the board twice, and I think there is hope for this relationship. I don't think it just represents your relationship with others that surround you, your family and friends, but I do think that there's hope for this relationship. But you're going to have to make it happen, Pisces. The ball is in your court. You've already taken a stand and decided that you are going to let this conflict stand. It is what it is. You feel like you're right in the matter, and maybe this is where you stay for now. But if you do decide to move forward with this relationship with this Queen of Cups, she is still a compassionate, open individual who may be available to get back into the mix so that you guys can fix things. That's going to be her decision and your decision, obviously. So I'm going to let that go. I'm going to end this reading here, Pisces. I hope that was helpful to you and that you gained something out of it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you join me again sometime. Take care. Bye, Pisces.